Yo, do you see the smile on my face? This book, oh my gosh. This one right here, that one, it already has my heart pounding. He has vengeance burning in his veins, dictating his actions and his next move. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good. Hi wonderful people, and welcome back to my channel, Bookkraves with Giselle. What's up, what's the scene? How are you doing? We are in a new year. We're in 2022 and I'm so excited because that means there are going to be new books to read. There are going to be tons and tons of new releases this year. There are going to be continuation of series and sagas. There's going to be releases of new standalones, and I'm looking forward to reading these books. There are tons and tons and tons of books that are going to be released, but today I am going to share with you some of the most anticipated releases for 2022. On my channel, I talk about everything related to romance books, and if this is something that you like, subscribe to my channel. If you look behind me, yes, look at this. I got 2 awards. Yes. At least everyone would know at least one of these books that are releasing this year. And if you don't know, sis, bro, I don't know where you have been, but these books are coming out and I am looking forward to them, and a lot of persons are looking forward to reading them. One of the most or highly anticipated books for this year is from the Blood and Ash series. Now, if you have not heard about this series, where have you been? You need to get your hand on a copy of this series and start reading, because this year book 4, The War of Two Queens, is being released. Yes! So I'm really excited to actually read this series. Actually, I'm going to read this entire series just to ensure that I caught up on the previous 3 books, so that when the 4th one is released in March, I am ready. It's going to be ready, set, go. I'll be so ready for this book. This book, if you aren't aware, it is a paranormal fantasy romance, and it follows the main heroine, Poppy. She was featured in the 1st book and she's here in the 4th book. And with Poppy, you never know what to expect. So I'm really excited to read this one. I'm all for paranormal romances, fantasy romances. They are so exciting. Those stories, they just grip you and it leaves you in awe, wanting more. And as this series progresses, you're just looking forward to this book. So you can see why this one right here, The War of Two Queens, I'm all for that. I'm ready to see Poppy with her badass, moves. I'm ready. I'm so ready for her with her attitude and all of that. I'm really excited to read this book. Another one that is very highly anticipated is also from a series, and it is also a fantasy or high fantasy romance that everyone is looking forward to this year, and it is from Sarah J. Maas. Now, she has been releasing some really fantastic, high energy, action-packed, adventureful books, and this one is guaranteed to be the same way. It is book 2 in the Crescent City series, and it is House of Sky and Breath. Now, this one is a continuation from book 1. So we see Bryce and Hunter, they are just chilling. Everything is relaxed, but all of a sudden you have the rebels. You are seeing oppression, and they just cannot sit back and allow the rulers to oppress others. They have to make a decision on whether or not they're going to stay silent, or if they're going to stand with the rebels and stand up for what is right. So this is going to be a very exciting, fast-paced read. It's going to be really exciting, and I am looking forward to this one. I actually went and I borrowed book 1 right here from my local library. So I have book 1 that I'm going to read this month. Book 2 releases in February, so I have to be ready, right? And as you can see, this ain't no, you know, read in one day kind of book. Well, I can't read this in one day. So yeah, we are set and we're ready to go for 2022 like on a plane, right? I am playing. Another highly anticipated book, and it is also a fantasy romance. It is also a young adult romance. It is from Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and this is book 2, and it is the Ballad of Never After. This is the sequel to Once Upon a Broken Heart, and like the blurb isn't even out, but persons, they all have this on their to read list. It is going to be released in September, and yeah, I want to read this too. In this book, they are going to be on a magical journey. There's going to be mystery, there's going to be broken hearts, and I am all for that. I just can't wait for this book to be released. I have book 1 right here, boom boom boom, on my shelf. As I said, I am ready to go in 2022. Let's step away from fantasy for a bit, okay? I mentioned 3 so far. Let's step away from it, because you know your girl read other stuff too, right? So this next book, yo, do you see the smile on my face? Like right now, I'm so excited to talk about this book. This book, it is Filthy King from Serena Akeroyd. This book, oh my gosh, you know I love those dark mafia romances, and this one right here, see that one right there, that one, it already has my heart pounding. In this book, the blurb talks about the hero being worse than his dad, being fueled by grief, and is out for vengeance. His brothers, they don't even know how bad he is. He has vengeance burning in his veins, dictating his actions and his next move. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good. No, seriously, it does. And in this book, we are going to hear more and see more from Savannah, his queen. Listen, and when he thought everything was tumbling down, he had his queen to rely on, and he underestimated his ruthless partner, Savannah, his queen. Yo, this book, oh my gosh. If you're into mafia type books, enemies to lovers, anything dark, exciting, fast-paced, action, violence, oh my gosh, this is the book for you to read. This is the book for you to look forward to this year. I kid you not. I kid you not. This is on my to read list. It is releasing in June, and I am so ready for this book. So ready. Another highly anticipated book release for this year is by Emily Henry, and it is Booklovers. This author, she is releasing her second book about books. In this book, the heroine, Nora, she's very much into books and she works with books. She reads them all, and she's some type of cutthroat type of agent. I don't know, but she is all about the books, and her sister wants her to go to a small town in North Carolina for vacation. She decides to go, and there she has run-ins with some type of doctor, and it happens on numerous occasions, and I guess some type of romance developed from that. But yeah, a lot of persons are interested in reading this one. This is a type of chick lit romance. It sounds like it's going to be light, it's going to be funny, something that I don't read very often. I don't read much light romances often, but this is something that I will read after reading something very heavy. You know, when you read something like really dark that could leave you depressed and just like heavy emotionally, I would reach for something like this. This book sounds as though it's going to be cute, it's going to make you laugh, and I can also see why persons are really looking forward to this book being released, right? It's light, it's fluffy, it's sweet, it's cute, and you know, we all need those books in our life, especially in a pandemic. So yo, speaking of dark books, right? So I'm just going from one extreme to another extreme. This next book, that a lot of people are looking forward to. It is written by Penelope Douglas, and it is Falls Boys, and it is book 1 in the Hellbent series. I am so looking forward to starting this series by this author. She had so many wonderful books that she released last year, so I'm looking forward for this one to be released so that I can follow the books in this series as they are released. This new series, Hellbent, it is a new adult romance, and it is recommended that you read the Fall Away series first before you get into this one. This one, oh my gosh, these young guys, they are not far from their parents. In this book, we meet Arrow and Hawking, and you know, one is seen as a deviant, bad, a delinquent, a deviant, all of that. And then we meet Hawk, and Hawk is the clean one, or he's just better at hiding his deviant behavior from being seen. And then one night he's caught. I'm very excited to read this one because of the blurb. Like, the blurb has me interested in seeing where this story goes. I'm already captivated by the blurb and it has me drawn in, and I really enjoy reading new adult romances. There's just something within that age group, especially when there's deviant behavior involved. I really like reading those types of stories, so I'm very much looking forward to reading Falls Boys. Like, some of the most anticipated books people are looking forward to this year are fantasies. So I have another one for you, and it is written by Holly Black, and the name of the book is Book of Night. It is a paranormal romance with magic in it, and this book talks about modern dark fantasy with shadowy thieves and secret societies. We meet in this book Charlie, and she's just trying to do the right thing, keep her head down, to distance herself from the dark underground world. She wants no part of that until someone from her past comes back. And the thing about being in the shadows, as described in the blurb, is that once you tap into the shadow, it's like another part of yourself that you're tapping into. And once you do that, you are likely to lose hours and days from your life that goes unaccounted for. And this seems very interesting to me. It seems very different from the books that I have read with magic, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. There's going to be murder and secrets in this book. You're going to have doppelgangers in this book. I'm very much excited to read stuff with doppelgangers. I normally watch TV shows with the doppelgangers but not read books with it. I can see why a lot of people want to read this one. It is quite interesting. It sounds very unique and different. I haven't read anything like this, and I do enjoy reading fantasy books. I'm highly anticipating reading Book of Night. Another one, oh my gosh, I kid you not, as I said, this is the year for fantasy. This is the year for paranormal. And this book that I'm going to talk about, it is written by Tahereh Mafi, and it is The Woven Kingdom. So in this book talks about like a prophecy. You have the clashing of kingdoms as well as forbidden romance. I love stories with a forbidden romance. In this story, we have a crown prince, and he has heard about the prophecies foretelling the death of the king, but he never thought that this servant that he can't get out of his mind would actually be the downfall of the kingdom. And knowing that your world could come to an end, that the life that you have been living, it's all going to change, especially with this one person you want but you know you're not supposed to be with because she's a servant and you're from the royal class. Like, I love stories like that, so I very much want to read this book. Love mythology, haven't read one in a while, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. This one is going to be released in February, which is just now. Y'all, I have so much reading to do. Hook, Line, and Sinker. It is a book written by Tessa Bailey, and it is one that a lot of people are looking forward to in 2022. It is going to be released in March, and it is another light, cute book that I will read after reading something dark like the previous book that I mentioned. This is a fun rom. It's a funny read, and it is actually the follow-up to It Happened One Summer. So I would recommend that you read that book first before you start this one. A lot of people enjoyed It Happened One Summer, And because of that, a lot of people are looking forward to Hook, Line, and Sinker. Like those chick lit, you know, you just like those rom-com. Listen, a lot of people are looking forward to Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. Now, this is another rom-com. It is also a second chance, and I absolutely love second chance romance. And you know, I'm all for those type of complicated relationship. So yes, we're gonna have that, as well as, you know, something light, something funny, something that will make you laugh out loud. Then, you know, this is a book you should be looking forward to. It is going to be released in May, which is all good. We have some time. There are a lot of books for you to read between now and then. So this brings me to the end of my list of 10 most anticipated releases for 2022. I'm looking forward to reading all of these books when they are released. There are more that are going to be released that I am also looking forward to. These are some of the highly anticipated romances for 2022 that I'm looking forward to, and a lot of you all are also looking forward to. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, you need to subscribe. Yeah, just hit that button. Yeah, just hit it, boop, hit it, bloop, hit it, bloop, and hit that notification bell so you would know when I post a video, and look out until I post another one. I'll see you in another video.